Hello everybody, it's me Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and welcome back to another episode of Ask MandRproductions, a series where I answer whatever you want. So if you guys have a question for me that you possibly want answered on next week's or the next episode, I haven't been doing these quite weekly lately, go ahead and leave it down in the comments section below, along with leaving a like on the video. Anyway, we have a lot of questions to get through, and my glasses are crooked this week, so let's go ahead and get started. Alexander starts us off by asking, would you want to see a LEGO Jedi Temple? If yes, what minifigures, rooms, and features would you like to see? So to be honest, the LEGO Jedi Temple is something that obviously has not happened in the last 20 years. And there's probably a reason for that. It's probably because all the younglings die in the Jedi Temple, and LEGO doesn't really want to connect with that in any capacity with kids, so there has been 0 Jedi Temple sets. However, if LEGO was to ever make a LEGO Jedi Temple, I think the best way to go about it would be to make it microscale. I think it would just make for an excellent microscale display piece. It could be, like Hogwarts that we just got. I just genuinely think it's one of the few things in Star Wars that I would be okay with if they went with a microscale version of. LEGO Dynamite Pictures says, hey Ryan, have you considered hanging your TIE fighters and other spacecrafts on the ceiling to have more shelf space? I have very briefly considered this, and then part of me also says that is a disaster waiting to happen, and one of them at some point is going to fall from whatever piece of string I have them hanging from, and it is going to be a absolute mess, and I don't want to deal with it, so I would rather not hang my LEGO sets from the ceiling. I think I'm good with keeping them a little bit more grounded on the shelves there, and even that, they fall off the shelves sometimes, so I can't even imagine what would happen if I was hanging them from the ceiling. The British Baryonyx, or however you pronounce that, says, how does LEGO smell? Did you guys know that the orange LEGO brick separators actually smell like oranges? Try it for yourself. Brick by Brick says ChickfilA nuggets or strips. If you don't order nuggets every time you go to ChickfilA, I don't want to be your friend. OW Part 2 says, what did Vader say to the pit that didn't believe? I find your lack of faith disturbing. Oh, so good. There are a lot of good jokes this week. I have a couple more good jokes that you guys submitted this week that I had never heard before. That was a good one, OW. Hanzo says, what are your thoughts on the almost non-existent benefits thus far for the Millennium Falcon Black VIP card? So I'm going to do a full video at the end of the year, but so far, the Black VIP card that I just dropped has been nothing but a disappointment. This thing really has disappointed me. They have not done much for it. I will, again, be doing a full rant video at the end of the year, assuming they don't save themselves in the last 3 months of the year, essentially, because we already know we're basically getting nothing in September for this thing, and that just leaves October, November, and December. So we'll see what happens, but so far it's been a massive disappointment, and I don't see them doing anything major in the last 3 months of the year. So the first 9 months have really been a wash. They've done nothing super cool, and it looks like the last 3 months are probably going to be more of the same. In Benedict says, after collecting all 22 Harry Potter minifigures, I was wondering what the best way to display them. I'm assuming you've also collected them all, and you're wondering how I display mine so that you could do the same thing. Well, I don't display them. They actually sit in a bag. At some point, I will eventually start displaying my LEGO minifigures. I've kind of started back there. You can barely see the minifigure display case back there, but right now I don't display my collectible minifigures. I don't know what the best way to display collectible minifigures is. Right now they just go in a bag and then in a box. So there's multiple levels of dust protection for my minifigures, but I don't have a particular way to display them right now. I would just say to kind of intermingle them with a few of your LEGO sets. If you already have some for Harry Potter, you could do like a Harry Potter display, or you could just do like one of the minifigure stands where you just kind of stand minifigures up and stack them, and the light gets bright and my face gets white. I can't figure this out because people always say like my face is like overexposed, but I can't. I need to use a different camera for this, probably. Chief says, what do you get when you mix a bounty hunter with a tropical fruit? Mango Fett! It's funny because Boba Fett's right there. Lonely Tent says, would you consider making a channel where you make LEGO or Star Wars related memes? Your comedy, especially in these intros, is honestly great. Funny because this video didn't have an intro. At least I don't think I'm going to make one for it. But no, I won't do that because then people will just say I'm copying Ganache bricks, and people, whatever, man. Yeah, I'll make my funny videos whenever I feel like it on this channel. If you ever check out the playlist called Best of MandRproductions, I haven't updated it in a while, but there's like 25 really good videos that I feel like I've made in there, and some of them are comedic, so if you like funny stuff, you should probably check it out. GeoBreak Production says, what was your best year as a LEGO YouTuber? It was definitely this year, or so far has been this year, 2018. However, I would have said the same thing last year in 2017, that it was 2017, and prior to that, 2016. So I feel like it gets better every year, and I really hope I can say that again next year, that next year was going to be the best year, or has been the best year at the end of next year. So I think this year has definitely been my best year so far in terms of just like how much fun I've had, how many people are watching me, how many subscribers I'm getting. Like, everything is going so well. It's really awesome. So hopefully the upward trend continues and we keep having fun on the channel. LEGO Gem Production says, MandRproductions, what do you think about microscale LEGO sets, and do you prefer them? So I mentioned this earlier, that the Jedi Temple would be one of the few LEGO Star Wars sets I would accept in microscale. Not to say that microscale is particularly bad. Like, the Hogwarts Castle actually looks decent in microscale. I would say the LEGO Architecture line would count as microscale, and it actually works really well also. I would not say that I prefer them by any means. I much prefer the larger scale LEGO Star Wars sets, or the middle scale, if you want to call it, like the regular playset size versus you see it. Like, anything microscale is very low on the totem pole. Not to say it's bad, I just prefer the other stuff. FenFC says, what is up with themes similar to Fabuland that have such a cult following? Well, it's exactly what it is. They just have a cult following because they're so niche. So you have something like Fabuland, which Just Too Good probably heads up that cult. And I would say things like Galador. And I mean, Bionicle is much larger than this, but Galador definitely has a cult following because it's so small. And then there's like these few very big fans that have all the rare pieces to it. But I don't know, just some people get really into things that aren't very popular, and that's how you get something with a cult following, I guess. Gecko Man 44 says, why does LEGO even have stickers and sets when they could just print on the brick every time? It would make it easier on builders who have trouble lining up the stickers. So the simple answer to this is that stickers are a lot less, I would assume a lot less expensive than printing onto the brick, and hence why they include stickers and not prints on every set. If it was less expensive to print everything, by all means they would print everything, because that is, one, what is preferred by the fans, and two, it would be the cheapest option. But they found what I would call, I guess, a happy medium with stickers, where it's the cheapest option a lot of the time, and most fans are okay with it, but it's probably not their favorite still. But still, essentially it comes down to money. It's a lot cheaper for them to put stickers in and keep the price down, or increase their profit margins, however you want to look at that one, but that is essentially why, I would assume. MFL Productions wants to know how I got into Star Wars and LEGO. I was like 5 years old, and my grandma bought me a LEGO Star Wars set, and it was like getting married. Well, I haven't gotten married, so I guess I can't say that, but I would assume that's what it feels like to get married, because I essentially am. I don't want to be one of those weird people, though, that ends up on like the History Channel, like getting married to an inanimate object. Let's not even entertain that idea. That's not what I meant by that, all right? That I'm not gonna marry my LEGO sets, but that's what I mean. In a sense, though, I got married to Star Wars and LEGO back in 2002-3 when I got my first set. I just haven't stopped collecting since then, so I just got into it when I was young, and I really enjoyed it, and I just kept buying the stuff and watching the movies, and I liked them. Let me know in the comment section below. This will be my question for you guys for the week. How did you get into LEGO? I'm curious, like, how did you get into LEGO? I know it's kind of a hard question. I get it a lot, and it definitely is a hard one to answer. But if you can come up with a good answer and, you know, something that's maybe a little entertaining, go ahead and leave it down below. Macho Man 6 says, are your parents proud of you for buying the Powerpuff Girls sets? Notice I didn't say powder. I've learned my lesson, guys. Anyway, what they don't know won't hurt them, so just don't tell them, all right? Don't worry about it. All right, this is honestly probably my favorite joke this week. It's from Luke the Duke 424. It says, what type of cologne does Palpatine wear? Odor 66. It's pretty good. I like that one. Edward Power says, I'm just waiting for news about more Harry Potter sets. Me too, man. We did get a microscale Harry Potter set revealed in the last week, though. I think it's going to be like a gift with purchase, so like free with, I don't know, throw out a number, purchases over $100 of LEGO Harry Potter sets at some point this fall of 2018, or it might just be like a $20 or $30 set. I don't know, but I still think it's going to be a cool little set. It's not a full-fledged Harry Potter set like I think you're referring to, so hopefully we'll get some in early 2018. We don't even have any rumors of them yet, so I kind of doubt that we're going to get some in early 2019. That's what I meant to say, but I would assume they're going to do another wave next summer. If they're going to continue with LEGO Harry Potter, it will come out next summer, much like it did this summer, and it will continue in that kind of fashion. Maybe they'll start January 2020. They'll do a January line, but we'll see. I'm banking on them coming out next summer, though, as opposed to in the spring, because I think we've already kind of got our rumor list locked in for this year, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably in the next month we'll know for sure. Dragon Tech Royale 4K says, what are all your Apple products? So currently my Apple product lineup is an iPad Mini 4, And unfortunately, it seems like Apple is no longer going to be updating the iPad mini, which is a shame because I really like my iPad mini. And the lighting just got darker outside, so now I have to open these a little more. My current iPhone is an iPhone 7, but I will be getting whatever the next new iPhone is, so we'll wait and see there. But right now I use an iPhone 7. I also have a 2015 MacBook Pro here with some cool stickers on it. I have a very small Lego sticker on there for those of you who are going to give me crap about not having a Lego sticker on there. I also have my AirPods, and then my final Apple product, I would say, is my Apple Watch Series 2. So, very nice little watch. I didn't get as much use out of this thing as you would think you would from an Apple Watch. I just kind of wear it, and I don't know, it tells me when I get a notification. I just kind of wear it to wear a watch, I guess I would say. Like a fashionable accessory to my outfit, if you even want to call it that. But I still find it somewhat useful. Sometimes I can change music and do stuff like that. But the Apple Watch is probably the least useful Apple product I've ever purchased, at least for me. I'm not a fitness guru. I'm not going to use it to track how many calories I'm burning or something like that. So it's something that I didn't find a lot of use for that. Oh, and my 4K iMac that I'm recording this video on from 2017. It's a 2017 4K iMac with like a terabyte of storage. Miha says, what set would you erase from history? Man, that's a tough question. There are a lot of Lego sets, and you've left this very open-ended, so it could be any theme. If I could erase one set from history, this is such a powerful power to hold. What could I do with this power? I could literally destroy someone's childhood. I could take away the set that got the Brick Show into Lego. Whatever Bricks on the Dollar's first Lego set was, bam, it's gone. He never got a Lego set. I think I'm going to go with the Jyn Erso buildable figure. I don't know why that one comes to mind, but for some reason, that is the worst buildable figure I can think of. And speaking of that, I should do the worst buildable figures video now while they're still kind of topical before they're officially gone off the shelves forever. So yeah, the Jyn Erso buildable figure, that thing looks straight up ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking. Grey Jedi Unleashed says, how do you keep dust off all your Lego sets? Quite simply, I don't. Like, you really can't keep them off all your Lego sets. Like, the dust just kind of happens. I've got some ideas, so I think Brick Attack mentioned this to me, is that you get like a air purifier that like gets dust out of the air. So I'm gonna probably get one of those at some point, and then I'm gonna double down and get glass display cases whenever I move out, and that'll be like, you know, so they're sealed off from the outside essentially, and then dust can't get into the enclosure where the Lego sets are. And then I'll also have the air purifier to have double security measures, and I'll also wear a hazmat suit when I walk it. No, I'm just kidding, that's a little too far. But essentially, I just let the Lego sets kind of get dusty, and then I have to clean them. You know, I just actually cleaned them the last few days. I've been taking them all off my shelf. You can see a bunch on the floor right there. I've been taking them off my shelf, dusting them, putting them back up. You can probably notice a new arrangement of Lego sets on the shelf there. I know it's a little dark behind me because I'm doing a weird lighting setup for this video, but I essentially don't dust them too often anymore because it's really hard to keep up with. But at some point in the future, I'll do something about that. Acula Brick says, how many skins do you have on Fortnite? Don't worry about it, dude. It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The Real 64 YT says, do you make your own custom builds? I really do not, although I am going to be working on a mock very soon. I actually just got a table out in the garage, so we'll see if that mock series starts up soon. Maybe I'll go film the intro for it today. Martinez wants to know my favorite brick filmer, forever and always, Pizza Movies. Just Pizza Movies is the greatest. Like, I will, whether his work holds up to today's standards could be argued, but I will always have this nostalgic lust for the Pizza Movies stop motions, and I genuinely want to have him on Bricks and Bits one day. If anyone knows like any way to contact that guy, let me know. I just want to have him on my podcast. I want to talk about his stop motions. I really love his work. I will always admire his early stop motions. They're years old now, which is pretty crazy. And that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this week's episode of Ask MandRproductions, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.